And we're live for a late night, not so loving love reading. I don't do love readings. You do not come to the Dark Goddess with some love problems. I'm going to tell you to love yourself, bro. Anyways, what's up, everybody? To all of the new people, hello, hello. I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual psychoanalyst, your healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger of God. First child, the Lilith reincarnated. I'm actually in my Hecate, but whatever. I'm still here. In order to keep up with me, you had to see my last video and what I posted on my community page and where we're going with this. I'm not going to do a whole teaching. It makes so much sense. Think about it, guys. I've been saying forever, I've been doing shadow work with you guys, which is just that inner child trauma healing. The label just fits. It's so fitting. I posted my community page after that video. I was guided to go watch, again, I'm watching Anthony Hopkins movies. So then I went back to the very beginning, which was what? Silence of the Lambs. And I had told you that I wanted to be an FBI profiler, and then it like all these synchronicities came in, and all of this stuff. And he was a psychoanalyst that went all mad and ate his patients. Not exactly. Watch the movie. It's very old. But for the new crowd, they're like, what? Yeah. Which cards? These ones? Yes, yes, indeed. I wanted to just pull some tarot because I feel really good and I want to see what tomorrow looks like. I can see clearly now. I just wanted to check that out. But we had left a really crazy place because although it seems like an initiation, it isn't. It's just confirmation. As I say, confirmation to the bullshit. I told you when I started working with Metatron, it's been about 2 months. For those that are new, Metatron is that golden one right there. It's Archangel Metatron. And he's in the 11th dimension of consciousness where I've been. But I traveled through all levels of consciousness, as you can see here. He explained to me that he was, the angel that plagued the greatest minds from, from Einstein to fucking, Carl Jung, to all of them. So now I'm speaking with more of them. And it's funny because the only way I can speak their language is because I've walked their walk. I've walked their teachings without even actually opening their books. I have one book of Carl Jung that I just got, and we still haven't got into it, which is symbolism, knowing the dreams. And that's what I teach anyways, is the visions, how to interpret the visions and dreams and what that language is. But I teach it in the daytime, in your waking dreams, your daydreams, your space adventures of zoning out throughout the day. So with all that being said, it's like you look at all of my teachings and it's not new whatsoever. We're just about to really dive into that part of what I do, which is always, it's a new season of the entry of the dark night of the soul, which is basically we break down your harsh, repressed feelings and memories. Whose? Mine? Who's my guinea pig? Me. Who's doing the healing? Me. I don't have a choice. This is what we do. So now I have next level psychoanalysts to come in and dig deep into the real crevices, like, dig out the fucking toenails of this dirty shit, pull out the teeth and really see what's underneath there. Or didn't. And that's where it is by the time I read something, it's already confirmation to what I've already done. Really? Or said. Really? So in essence, it's like really crazy. That's where we got introduced into. It's like I started working with, just all of a sudden I realized that I was in the workings of Sigmund Freud. And I'm like, wait a minute, bro. But then I've been working with Carl Jung, but then I've always been talking about Stephen Hawking. And I don't even, there's another movie there that I've already seen and shit. And it's just to open up a gateway. For reals. And pretty much all of them were taught the same shit. And that goes back to the philosophers. The philosopher's stone is what they call it in alchemy. When you get, like, that was super funny. I just had a vision. It's in the Loki movie, and he's like, I want the Infinity Stone, and he just opens his desk and he's like, here, we have plenty of them. The Philosopher's Stone. It's like, yeah, here, take it. I earned it like last week. I can get another one. They're replaceable. Everything is. In the essence of, I'm in their league. I guess it would be, if anything, it's just a formal coronation or celebration of the fact that I'm, confirmation, nothing more, of that I broke through to what the fuck he was trying to get to me. Which is basically the core foundations of the inner working of the mind. When it's just, you're just a small child with symbols and what the symbolisms mean and how it develops into thoughts. And they have all of these words. They all together, they took all these philosophers, which was science, and science stood against religion. Why? As I'm seeing it, is because they see the mind and the spirit as one instead of set apart. They created something dark outside of you, not inside of you. The mind's workings, and science has described that it's madness. So science, and that's what I started at that movie. You must watch it. The first fucking 3 minutes, it's all about C.J. Lewis, who I teach about, his teachings. Again, an unbelievable scientific mind that was on the understanding of God. And all of these scientists had this moment. These psychoanalysts got to the core of their mind and found God. And that was the story about Freud, whatever you want to call it, however you pronounce it. I'm very white. Anyways, I was just tripping off of that. Because obviously they're helping me. They're downloading me and empowering me. That's like, what did all that full moon? It's pouring out, can't you see? It's pouring out. All the information they poured in me while I was dancing under that full moon. Yeah, I'm getting it now. It's just information that's needed for me to continue my work. Because, that's what we're trying to do. Is get people out of their minds and get people into their spirits. They can't be a free spirit when they're trapped in the context of their minds. No matter how you look at it. So I have the greatest minds and him that inspired those greatest minds, that gave them the spark of understanding, or didn't give them the understanding. That's what I mean. They had to figure it out. And that's where these geniuses came. So then I just shared something about what they consider, a high IQ, a genius type person. They're basic skills that, if you look through it, other than my memory, but here's the interesting thing that I showed you. Or new people, no, not at all. When I got that job, within 2 weeks of training, I was retaining over 19 modules of information and was able to access it just as I'd seen in my children. That was one of the key factors. Everything else, yeah, bro. I'm pretty sure I have an unbelievable IQ. And that's what they deem as, you're not smart. That's a crazy person. A crazy person is somebody that doesn't act in norm or think in norm. And so all of these people in time, these famous, writers, what the fuck, were deemed crazy by their peers because they didn't have the same intellect. They could not grasp these concepts that we're still studying literally hundreds and hundreds of years later. Right? Some of them go back to the 16th century and even further. They just question people's thoughts, people's reality, and how how it comes to be since the beginning. I'm part of a great line of, visionaries, pioneers. And obviously in all different fields. Because in order to be an unbelievable writer or actress or singer or sculptor or all the people that come to me in time, these visionaries, these political figures, all these, high-level spirit guides that come to me, they had to outlive the mind to get where they were. They had to go against the norm. And that's, as I see that, I see Miss Norma there. I see, even Martin Luther King, down to Rosa Parks, down to Abraham Lincoln, to all of them that stood up against, oppression and taught them a new direction. So welcome. Again, they started with some fucking, sex fetishes and shit, and then they threw me into Hannibal Lecter, and I was like, okay, let me just kind of, let me get normalized around being around, the deviancies that we're going to have to, and that's really what it is. Do you know that you signed up for? Go, hey, it's her first date. Go show her some of this shit. The fuck? Thought we were gonna start off easy. What the fuck was that? I did not realize. I don't know why I didn't realize that that dude fucking threw cum on her face in that scene, dude. I don't remember seeing that when I was younger. It was a very graphic scene to have, dude. And the shit was so unfiltered in the 90s. There was no sensitivity levels, bro. It was so unfiltered. You're like, what? Yeah, bro. Sick as shit, bro. I'd have fucking died. I'd have fucking died. I would quit my fucking job, bro. Oh, God. You sent me into a fucking insane asylum. They're preparing me for this shit. Fucking psychos. Anyways, hey, how are you? Welcome to my first day of work. Come on, God. What's tomorrow looking like? Good. Oh, sunny day. The truth shall be said. It shall let you know what's going on. That's what that all is about. When you see the sun, it's like everything's come to light. Blinded by the light. Okay, so what about the truth? The whole truth and nothing. Hey. The nurturer actually always refers to the queen, so that is the Queen of Pentacles, which is still Yule. And I'm seeing, oh shit, is it Khalik? Get the fuck out of my face, bitch. Oh shit, what's tomorrow? No, it's only Wednesday. Well, we could have a mini tower in the middle of the week. That's why people pray to God on Wednesday. I'm checking tomorrow's energy. What the hell? We're almost there. It's like midnight, isn't it? Who cares? It's tomorrow somewhere. My hair's real soft and pretty. I just felt it. It feels real pretty. Queen of Cups, Princess. There's that weird ass lady, bro. The one that's all delusional and needs help. These are my people. Who are they? Who are your people? They're masking unresolved childhood issues with repressed emotions, or repressed emotions with drugs, alcohol, and sex addiction. They usually are overeating, anorexic, or bulimic. Yup. They are psychologically immature, insecure, over-emotional, unable to form real relationships, and confusing love and sex. He or she is damaged and deeply wounded, perhaps abused in childhood, or hurt later in life relationships, incapable of giving or receiving love and consequence. Is this you or somebody you know? Okay, well, stay tuned because we deal with all of that shit. Moving on. Let's go into the sun. Be a Queen of Cups. The Queen of Pentacles is... Oh, yeah. I'm waiting for her name. Give me your name. I know it's in here. I just want to know which dark goddess we're dealing with. The wheel turns. I am the Queen of Earth, the crone of winter. My season brings... I think it's Khalik. Is it Khalik? Where's your name? Tell me your name. I want to know who I'm talking to. What's the difference? Oh, there's a huge difference in the season bitches. The season witches. Khalik is harsh. I felt like we just went through Khalik. Anyways, what does it bring? Gloom. I bring gloom and death. But just when bane and darkness threaten to overwhelm the world, here comes a pause and a breath before the cycle continues. The winter solstice. A little bit ahead of season. Hope is renewed at a time of great darkness, and this is a great mystery. It is I who restores order from chaos and brings life from death. Funny, because today's the 999 portal. Gonna party like it's 1999. It's 1999 Monday. Okay, shh. So don't say that anymore. Winter solstice is the same thing as, Christmas. Actually, Christmas's date is always after the winter solstice, the full moon of the winter solstice. That shit fucked me up like 2 years ago. That was a heavy-duty moon. Moving on. The Queen of Pentacles is a wise woman of the earth who allows the life force to flow through her. Okay, let's stop saying women. It is a wise person who allows the life force to flow through them in order to teach, nurture, and sustain with compassion. This is the path of spiritual enlightenment through faith in the abundance in the universe. Oh, this is a good follow-up to our earlier one. Why? Because you were sitting there hung. You were hanging on the cross and people were feeding off of you and you needed to make some decisions. You need to face your desires and your illusions. You need to pull yourself off of there and, fucking deal with yourself. So this is talking about now, okay, now you're on a path of spiritual alignment and you got some faith and you trust the universe that you're going to be okay. Or at least this might be the lie I tell myself as the tarot reader. She shows us that caring for the environment and people around us, we nourish ourselves. So who is she? She could be you, or just picture her as Christ. Really? Christ was all divine feminine, bro. Beautiful, loving, fucking goddess of a spirit, bro. A goddess like God. So let me say it again. Think about Christ. Put that image in your face. Ready? He is a man of the earth who allows the life force to flow through him in order to teach, nurture, and sustain with compassion. His is the path of spiritual enlightenment through faith and the abundance of the universe. He shows us that caring for the environment, sounds like Buddha, and people around us, we nurture ourselves. His appearance in the reading is an auspicious sign that brings well-being, security, and plenty. He has the ability to shape the substances of the world in order to give birth to his dreams. This means that you can manifest your ideas and find practical solutions to a problem. Be sure you take care of your health, home, and establish a good work-life balance. And I was laughing with the Holy Spirits. They're so obnoxious. They had me hung over my car. I tried to close the car and just get out of the car, and they said something really funny, and then I was hanging on the trunk of the car just laughing underneath the full moon again. Like, you guys are fucking killing me. It's like, I have no balance. This is the best work life I can get. It's like they can take 2 days out of my life, and that's all I can give you. Because God is sucking every ounce of my being out of me. Like, I am doing so many things. Like, as far as work, I do all kinds of work. Good works. That's what he says. The great works. But in essence, it's like actual work, like physical manual labor. Nah, bro, God got me a job that I could do 2 nights a week, and that's it. Otherwise, he needs me. The rest of the time, my kids need me. I need me. All these sick people need me. The fucking universe needs me. I'm very needed, They need me. They need you too. What? They need you to be a bright light for all humanity. This is me. The Queen of Pentacles represents you or a woman in your life, like me, that's noble, generous, motherly, supportive, and loves to look after everyone and help where she can. Well, you see it in me, but you're seeing the triple goddess. You can see me be a whole young-ass little fucking snob bitch. You can see me being very motherly. You can see me as a wise old hag. Like, leave me alone. I just want to go to bed. You can see me, dancing. You see all of the aspects of it. But yeah, basically, yeah, that's that real wise shit. Anyways, let's see. Generous, mothering, supportive, and loves to look after everyone and help where she can. She's very practical and organizes and gets things done without a fuss. That's a lie. I talk a lot of shit. Finishing every task she sets for herself. I mean, I really push the deadlines in the sense of I'm dead if I don't do this. Where are you at right now? I still have to upload my papers, but I have them ready. And God said I was going to do it right now, and he said do it in the morning, which makes sense. And I already packed up my laundry, which is sitting right there. So I'm doing everything tomorrow. Why? Because he told me not to do anything today. And I even tried to do it right now, and he said no. I'm likely to have created a beautiful and welcoming home, probably in the countryside, since I love nature and animals. I am perhaps a seer and a wise woman, but likely an old teacher, mentor, healer, charity worker who can help you. Add to that, spiritual psychoanalyst. I make a loyal and trustworthy friend who will always give you sound advice. All right, the reverse of me is the opposite of a practical mothering queen. Every negative thought and action creates a frozen brick in the wall that cuts them off from the free flow of life and their deep connection to earth, which is all around them but seems unavailable. What does that mean? You're a hater. The opposite of a lover is a hater. The opposite of practical is dramatic. You're a fucking drama queen. Each negative thought, that means you just fucking get triggered in your thoughts, and so you act, creates frozen bricks in the wall that cuts you off from, you know what I mean, anything good happening. Why? Because you're acting out of just pure fucking anger, jealousy, envy, revenge, who knows. The reverse queen can represent problems in your motherhood. Now, for those of you that are not mothers, we're talking about your nurturing. He can either be a neglectful father who lets his children run wild and feeds them fucking junk food, or an ambitious marette who loads them with timetabled work and structured activities but doesn't give them any love or attention. Meaning you just tell them how to live. That's my dad. Nobody's going to tell somebody what to do with their life. Yeah? Okay. That's all you got for me? Okay. I'll come back later and tell you how I'm not living my life according to what you think I should do with my fucking life. How's your life going there, old man? Yeah, you want to sort of... I'll make somebody want to punch me, dude. I gotta stay away from people. I'll be pushing your limits. Perhaps, men, this goes for you. I'm not leaving this to these bitches. They know where they fit in. Trust me. I'm talking about you. You play a role in this house. And it's not just limited to making money. You expect them to do everything, and then they don't even know how to make money. All you know how to do is make money. Roles may be reversed. Perhaps your house is a disorganized mess because you've lost interest in it, or an expensive showcase that you really don't feel at home in. Give it some love, but don't be tempted to spend large amounts of money on luxurious furnishings. I want to see your bed. Does it sit on the floor, or you got a real tall bed? What's on the nightstand? I know it's not a Bible. That was a good joke. Let's keep moving on. Because they don't make a home, and you probably can't afford that stupid bullshit anyways. You got a really expensive game system. You got an in-home studio. Where's all your money go? Does it go in your garage? Does it go in your closet? You got all these like Nikes and shit. Where the fuck is this? Where's you in this house? You have a little closet? You have a little 2x4? Where's your space in this place? And when it appears as a person in your life, he or she may be you. You're moody, melancholic, insecure, suspicious, narrow-minded, and manipulative. Dude, I know only men to be this way. Just kidding. There's tons of dudes and women and stuff that act like this. As a friend, they will cause ruckus in your social circle. As a boss, they pay no attention to running their business, but will leave others to do that while they enjoy the titles and spending the money. Are you kind of like this? Damn you. Whatever you do, don't go into business with them, as you will end up doing all the work. As an employee, they're lazy and they don't care whether they let people down or if the job is done properly. They are like basic minimum wage type people. You get what you pay for. I'm that type person. Yeah, the opposite of being abundant and being able to create with nothing and being able to just, have faith and hope and have the wisdom to know that things will work out and have compassion and, peace in all things. And that's really a Christmas spirit. You have to have all that around Christmas. It's really stressful times. And that's just the scarcity. That was before Americans, demonized it with all these spending habits. But even back then, it was scarcity because it was midwinter. And you didn't know if you were going to have enough food for the rest of the winter. And you knew that until the sun came out and dried all this shit up, you couldn't even. That's why it was so important to, to work hard during those early months so that you guys wouldn't go hungry in the end. And that's what it means about, the whole race. It's a marathon. It's a marathon. Yep. Okay, and as far as the sun, that's really just the truth. Really, I'll give you a quick rundown of the truth. The sun is the light that comes after the darkness, signifying a positive outcome for struggles. So I'd like to assume, like I said, my assumption should be right based on the analytic fucking, data that we have around here. We went through some darkness this morning, and this says you got through it just fine. The next thing was saying that you have some faith, you have some hope, you're ready to fucking use your little bit of nothing to create something, which is nothing more than your hope that everything's going to work out. And hopefully you're not hoping that something shitty is going to keep working out. That's not how that works. That's what I said. False hope. False light. False light. Anyways. Things may have not been as bad as you feared, and the phantasmas and fears of the night melt away at the dawn. The sun is a kind of rebirth that assures that the dark days are over. When the sun comes out, she is a bright hope of success, passion, enthusiasm, confidence, youthful energy, health, and abundance. This is your day in the sun. It's time for fun, creativity, self-expression, and enjoying your life. This is all for tomorrow. If you went through the darkness. If not, you're just going to be stuck in the dark again tomorrow. If you don't make the right choices, then you'll have to just choose again. It's like a slap on the hand. They're like, no, not that one. Choose again. No, choose again. No, you get this right. The hardships you've endured have given you insight that may have been obscured, or things that may have been obscured become clear, and everything falls into place. Which is what? How come I keep attracting these type of people? I had hoped in my wildest dreams that I was waiting on a different type of person to come in. I'm calling in sick people. What the fuck did I think? That's how I look at it. Oh, that makes sense. And then as far as all these spirit guides, I am the guide on the other side, and I teach everybody what it looks like, how to get there, who is there, where does you go, da-da-da-da-da-da. I was like, oh, this all makes so much sense now. Can I make dollars now? It's a sale, free 99. It's a fire sale. Shut up. Jesus. Great joke. Yeah. That's how I see it. It's like you had this idea that somebody, some healthy genius was going to come in and help you dig, dig spiritually deep. No, I guess not. What were you thinking? I can tell you because I know how the mind works, but let's just get to the fact that we have seen the light of our errors. That was an erred way of thinking. That's what they told us. We have to stop thinking. On page 169, oh, there's something to think about. New beginnings and balance. Balance this shit out. Anyways, the hardships you've endured have given you insights that you may have been that were obscured may become clear, and everything falls into place. While the moon's gift was inspiration from the unconscious. Yeah, thanks. It was such a gift. Kiss your ass eye is what that was. The sun symbolizes the conscious mind prevailing over the fears and illusions. Clarity of intellect, philosophy, and science. Yeah. What? Say it again. It symbolizes the conscious mind, right? That's our mind. Prevailing over fears and illusions. The clarity of intellect. Plus, it breaks down the philosophies and science. While the moon requires passive surrender, and that's what we had to do this morning, the sun is active, beaming in its radiant energy into the world. Which is that? Oh, you did well. Well, I mean, you fucking told me, and you took away my energy to do anything else. I don't know. It's all about feeling. I guess if you just listen to your mind's determination to just ruin your life. If I don't feel it, I don't do it. And that's where it is. That's what makes me so psychic, is I'm in tune with my feelings. You get clear senses, that's what they call it, which are basically super gifts, where you can feel it. It's your intuition is all a feeling, not a knowing. And that's what I said about these tarot card readers. They have no feeling. They don't know anything that's out there. You're not feeling shit. You're reading. You're reading it, and you're taking every little image as fucking at face value and creating this imaginary story based on the fucking card, rather than understanding it. I got so pissed off at that bitch today. Those cards are so deep and intellectual and super huge on the healing spectrum, which are the crystal mandalas. I myself got them marked down. She said, oh, I got these at a thrift store. And as soon as I seen that she had 6 of them laid out and was going to tell a story based on those 6, bro, it would have took you at least 2 weeks to fully understand those 6 teachings in your life. There's no way you can access those energies in one state, in one setting. There's not one person I could sit 6 of those stones down, activating that God, that angel, or that fucking ascending master, and bringing in all of those fucking rays of light, plus the fucking teaching behind what's going to be flowing through your fucking body. We have to take those one at a time on a Sunday when all your chakras are open. And Lord forbid you don't understand it. I mean, you shouldn't. But for you to take such a fucking work of art and just scribble it on the fucking ground like that and say that, oh, I've got a message for you. Bitch, you haven't even read the message yourself. You half-rate motherfucking reader. Read the book. Sorry. It's a little late to be raising my voice. They might hear me somewhere. Fucking half-rate fucking bullshitting ass bitch. And they take these scripted cards that have one sentence and they try to tell you your whole life story off of somebody else's scripted fucking life. Is your life that scripted that a fucking loser person like this can tell you that? Bullshit, bro. Those cards are extremely intense. It took me over a year to get through them. I didn't memorize them and we're still trying to work through our 2nd year of them. There's no way you could take those cards and do that like that. And that goes to their understanding of tarot. They have absolutely no understanding of tarot. The biggest lie I told in tarot is them fucking the communication cards. Oh, this person's going to reach out. Oh, this person's going to leave their karmic ways. This person's about to make some difficult decisions. They're going through hard times. They're going to change their life. They're going to change their life. They're going to change their life. They're going to reach out to you. Why do they tell that? Because they only know the cards to mean one thing. So they're telling these mean lies. And they've never read the books. I show you out of every one of my cards, bro. We stay in this one specifically because it's the pagan ways. How tarot was meant before people like them, Western civilization, came in and destroyed divination. Can I get that written down? Western civilization destroyed divination. Write it down. I'm going to write it down. Fuck your life. I want to remember that forever. Western civilization. Oh, I know some of you can't even spell big words like this. Destroyed divination. That is going to be my logo on a t-shirt. You guys came in, you took these ancient teachings from pagan fucking religions. Just like Aleister Crowley, you took all these knowings from over there and you tried to make yourself the mighty knower of your little guppy pond. That you know some shit, but you don't know nothing about it. You destroyed the art of divination, which is the communication with spirit. And that goes down to the fucking churches. You have no connection with God or any angel, any spirit beyond your appetite. And I can prove it. I can prove it. Don't make me invoke spirits into the room where you can actually see and feel them. But on the other side, I have no problem doing it because, I'm the in-between. That's why I was always in-between. I'm always that person. Whether you die today or tomorrow, you will see me over there. You will see me. Which part of me? My higher self. You will know me. It will be me over there on that side to meet you. I don't judge you. I walk you straight to the gates. After that, you're theirs. They're the ones that do that. I'm just the in-between. I'm the chick in-between. Told you. The messenger. Always have, always has been. Always. I lived inside of the tree of knowledge and wisdom. I had to bring it all. I always have. Every tree is the serpent within the tree. That would be me. I'm just fucking Lucifer. The fucking fallen star. Whatever. Powerless to the fucking man's feelings. Anyways, the hardships you endured, blah, 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 the moon. This is a higher level of consciousness that enables you to see things from beyond your individual awareness. That's why we can't connect on a psychic level anymore. I'm not in the feelings that you feel. You're in your feelings. When I'm in those type of feelings, I can consciously connect with anyone in those feelings. When I'm in that state of mind, I can connect with you. That's why we can't connect anymore. I don't feel where you're coming from. I can take time to listen to you, to understand where your mind is, where where you're thinking, but I don't feel it. I don't feel it, bro. I don't see it how you see it. That's the disconnect from mass consciousness, when you're set apart, where you don't think like others. You don't feel like others. They can deem you crazy depending on what your actions are based on your thoughts and feelings. And that's the whole fucking definition. Are you comprehensive to what you're experiencing and thinking in your own set reality? Are you a danger to yourself and others? Can you provide for yourself and others? Are you capable of functioning within this world? Or is deemed a disability at this particular time and space? Has your mind endured too much damage? Are you damaged? Irreparable? Based on psychological damaging, which is nothing more from a lack of nurturing or nature. Welcome. The sun reversed is still a positive card, but the clouds now appear in this but some clouds still appear in the sky. It can suggest a simple, happy time, such as a holiday. Holiday. I was listening to that, Madonna. If we took a holiday, took some time to get away. I don't know. What do you want me to say? It's in my head. But suggests that there are some niggling worries in the background. The light is not as bright as it could be, but maybe you are feeling that you are in someone's shadow, or perhaps you have lost some of your enthusiasm and joy for life. Well, I mean, when you're faced with the truth, it can be a little shocking to where it's still like, ugh, this is a little dark still. I mean, it'll get better, but this is some ugly shit. And that's as you kind of work through the shit, the sun comes out. The sun will come out tomorrow. Well, you'll feel better on a Tuesday usually. That's where we're supposed to be. But we started out on some dark shit, on a dark note. The next way of it is, as we just said, the Queen of Pentacles. Are you going to let the life flow of the universe, you know what I mean, engulf you? Or are you going to drown in it? Are you going to let it flow through you? Be compassionate, understanding, have some belief that all of this is supposed to be working out this way. You know what I mean? There is something outside of you supporting you and helping you manifest and make your, your moves. Or do you believe that you're a one-armed army that's out here to conquer and destroy with all the greatest ideas, and you have the biggest ego and the biggest pocket, and you're going to have the biggest win? Sounds like the biggest loser in the room. That's how that looks. What's the outcome? Oh my God. Becky, look at that cup. That's a good one. I love you, Sir Mix-a-Lot. My posse's on Broadway. Hey, when's the last time you guys listened to that song, bro? Way beyond his time. You have to listen to the fucking complexity of the flow, that he never breaks the flow. And back then, they didn't have the computer system to just be pausing it like that. You would have heard it. You would have heard it in the tapes. Anyways, so first off, he had to master the fucking flow. But it's the wordplay, bro. He was so beyond his time. He was so young. It's like that shit, if you just took the lyrics off of that song and put it onto, like, super bass of our time, it's like, dude, it's like it was before its time. His tempo and his message was way before the collective minds were ready to receive. Really? Yeah. But then he knew how to get you with, like, your big butts, and he cannot lie. Hey, I never seen no shit like an Oakland booty, bro. They started building them afterwards with these fake butts. But Oakland booties, the only time I ever really saw them was in Oakland, bro. I really saw them for real. Maybe she had one built on. I don't think so. That was way years ago, bro. Before that was even a thing. And I'm just being real. Alright, let's talk about what? The King of Cups. Like, why are all your dudes girly? They're not. They're in loving energy. Why does a guy in his divine feminine have to be girly? It just means he's being in his loving energy. You're never going to understand that. Why do most girls have gay friends? Because they love their energy, bro, and they'll tell you that. Why do you like that gay ass guy? I love his energy. Why? Because someone that accepts themselves that much is very accepting of you. They have to live in a world of positivity, because in truth, it's their own altered reality. They have to create an altered reality of positivity, because they're, in essence, they've already fought through the negativity to live this life. And they have to find all the positives, and that's where they leave their hodong town and become an open, an open LGBTQ flag holder in their apartments in San Francisco. And they get to be lived and accepted. And they're just full of joy and life. And they want everyone else to feel that proud to be accepted and loved. Right? So having a friend like that is extremely encouraging. It really changes it. Someone that's very outspoken, you would say flamboyant, as I am. It's like you're just over the top. I'm full of joy. I'm free. And I want you to feel this free. And it may be too much freedom. You've given me too much freedom to be this loud. The freedom of voice, the freedom of fashion, the freedom of expression. I can dance freely. But I came from a place where I wasn't allowed to be free, and now I'm free, and I just want to scream it from the top of the mountains. America used to be the land of the free and the home of the brave. You gotta be pretty fucking brave to chase your freedoms in America. Isn't that twisted, though? So twisted. Twisted sisters is what you're looking like out there. Let's go to it. Cups. This is the mastery of your emotions, bro. Where you can dress up in a fucking... You can be a man in a dress and it doesn't change who you are. And their persecution of you has nothing to do with the fact that you're just having fun in your dress. It doesn't have anything to do with your sexuality. The ability to be, what's his fucking face? Tell me his name. I can tell me his name. Hold on. I'm going through all layers of names here. They're like going through the Rolodex here. God damn it. Dennis Rodman. Thank you. A man. Fully man. Fucking Prince. High heels. Makeup. Sexy bitch. So sexy. Is he a man? Is he a woman? Who knows? You just want him. Everyone did. It didn't change. It doesn't matter what his preferences was. It was the ability to just be free. And that's where they over the top pretend. They pretend that they're free, but they're just dressing up in the name of freedom. They're not really authentic to the clothes they wear. It's just a mask. Ew. Oh God. What'd you see? Hannibal Lecter. He was making a fucking, a body. He wanted a feminine body, so he was making one. Well, we have a lot of that going on with the transgenderification. I mean, you think about, Kris Jenner. Bruce Jenner. Did he always want a pair of boobs? Or did he covet that which he saw? He walked around with girls that had the most powerful bodies. And he saw the power that they had over these bodies. And he saw that all they had to do was buy them. And he could buy those very same parts and have that very same power. Or so he thought. With great power comes great responsibility. Which is, you're easily going to be, targeted as the next rape victim. In the essence, he didn't fully think that one out. But do you think he always thought? If he was in a home with a bunch of regular-sized women, anywhere from 10 to 16, maybe throw a double XL of 18 to 20 in there, size women, would you think he would have just coveted the body of a woman and wanted to become a woman? Would that have been necessary for him to explore his gay tendencies, sex with men? Or was it the fact that these women could sculpt women bodies to perfection? How long before they start doing it to Northwest? How long will they allow her to grow into her body before they chop it up? They did it to the younger one quite quick. What was her name? What's her name? What's the youngest one's name? Fuck. I'm terrible with names. Kylie? Yeah, they chopped up her face and shit. You have all the pictures. They did all of that shit. They started chopping each other up and, building the shit out of each other. Was he a queen of cups? Or was he a king of cups? In a house full of women, did he not raise those women? I think it's easy to say that all of them have some serious daddy issues. But it wasn't him. They were placed in there based on the house. Why? Because you had the narcissistic, over-masculine woman running the house. So nobody could overstep her power and authority because she played man. She decided. And that's these patriarchal women in these fucking households. Your nana or your nona or your fucking mama or your fucking abuelita or my Grammy or my grams or whatever you call them. But are they big mamas? Are they there to really love and accept you, where you can run to them and cry to them about your parents and about the world and about how things are unfair, and they can come to you and tell you it is okay and these moments will pass and I still love you and I'll always be by your side? Are they supportive? Are they those nurturers? Right? Is this something that the world depends on our women to be? Whether single mothers out there struggling to provide for their young, are we expecting them to be able to be that understanding, kind, loving, you know what I mean, wise, calm, reserved woman, while she's running around with her head cut off, trying to, compete with other women and maybe find another man, or running from men, or just trying to get a job, just trying to, get some sleep, get the laundry done, shit like that? It's not about role reversal. It's about balancing the roles. Lilith, in all equality, had said that this was not right from the beginning. I am man, so I shall be on top. No, we were created equal, that of the same dust. And in essence, if you go back to it, me being the bigger person made me more powerful than he ever was with that stupid mindset. And that's where he showed he was powerless to women. And that's why they created the patriarchy. Because the women knew better. And that's where your heart knows better, bro. Until you start listening to your heart, you think that we're crazy because we're heart-driven, we're emotionally driven. But it's our emotions that keep us connected to things. You cutting off your emotions makes you nothing more than a programmed sex doll. And who knows what programming your parents put in you. And there's someone like me that's got to pull all this fucking weird fucking thought processes and fucking standards and, you know what I mean, educational values and fucking religious beliefs, and take all this apart and be like, okay, now who are you? What do you want your name to be? What time do you want to go to sleep? Would you like to wear some different clothes today? Like, totally go back to your inner child that was never nurtured. You gotta take it off, bro. That's the free spirit, the fool. That's what you catching me. You're a whole ass fool all day. Whole ass kid. I got questions. Well, shouldn't you know? That really pissed me off. I know how you think this is gonna work out, but I don't think it's gonna work out how you think. Shouldn't you know better? My better knowing has left the building. We got past the better knowing. I'm here for an adventure. I'm here to experience it and know some more. All right, the cups represent emotion and unconscious mind. The King of Cups balances emotions and logic to manifest kindness, love, compassion towards his fellow beings. You need a little bit of this and a little bit of that. It's like this and like that and like this. The king tells you that you need emotional maturity to deal with whatever life throws at you. And that's what we're getting into this book, is your emotions. Why are your emotions so out of control? Because they're suppressed. They're not flowing. So when you let them out, they overflow. It's an overflow of emotions. Any emotion that comes out looks intense to somebody on the receiving end. And it feels intense to you who have never let this flow. You are what we call spiritually constipated. You are built up with repressed emotions that stem from, you know what I mean, subconscious pains and wounds. Again, repressed fucking memories. Things you don't want to face or think about causes these unbelievable emotions to come over your body that you and yourself also try to stuff. You're a ticking time bomb. You're like sepsis, bro. It's really bad for you. And so when it starts to come out, when I just poke it a little bit, dude, where it hurts, you start oozing out until you're screaming and crying at the same time. You might throw some shit. You might act a whole fucking fool. I just hit a pain. And it's literally oozing out. It's like dirty, dude. It's like popping a balloon filled with water, and it's coming out real slow. And the shit that comes out smells funny. The shit that's coming out of your mouth right now, everybody stand back. It's okay. I pushed them. Just give them a minute, dude. I pushed a button. Let it come out. Let them scream it out. Let them cry it out. Let them, and that's what it is. You're going to have a tantrum. A lot of them. Why? Because you have built up emotions. And when they come out unfiltered, like a child, they come out in tantrum. People are like, you're crazy. You're acting crazy. And you start acting even more crazy. Because they don't see that your emotional needs at this moment, which nothing more is, you just need to be heard and loved and respected during this time of outburst. When a kid is throwing a fit in the store, or any time that they're screaming, they're trying to get your attention. If this is the only way you give them attention, they will continue to throw those fits. If this is the only way they know that you will listen. If they sit there and mom, 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 and you never listen, dad, 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 and you never listen. But then when you hear them screaming and you come running, they have the patterning understanding that if I do this, this works. This is how I get them to come to my rescue. So it becomes a pattern of, you know what I mean, blowed up fucking, you know, terrorizing 2-year-olds or 3-year-olds and stuff, where you just need to give them attention all the time, where they don't need to be screaming in your face to get your attention. And when they are, you have to realize that what they're expressing right now is not due to what it is. They have an emotional buildup. Why are they going crazy when you just said no? They don't know how to accept no. Have you ever told anyone in your fucking family no? Have you ever? They get very emotional and blown up and act very fucking childish when you tell them no. Simple shit like that, bro. It goes back to the beginning. So, you need to have emotional maturity to deal with whatever life throws at you. Express your feelings without being overwhelmed by them. Stay true to your principles. Trust your instincts, and don't be swayed by circumstances. Don't let this shit get you. Why? Because then you're going to get fucked up by the next shit. This is just weekly shit, bro. Like, when does the waters calm? When you're calm inside, you don't even realize that you're surfing the waves outside, bro. It's like, I'm peaceful in the chaos. I know there's fire all over me. I know everybody's dying, and I live in a bad reality, and the world sucks. That's how you see it, and it's hopeless to you, not to me. I see it as an opportunity. I see this as a place of hope, not a place of fucking... And that's just it. It's inside. It's your reality, how you choose to view things. You can view it like everybody else as fucking devastating, negative, useless, evil, awful, sinful, ungodly. You know, however you want. Those are not good ways to look at anything in life. That's negative perspectives on a person, place, or thing. You're just being negative and hateful no matter how you look at it. You can break this down to me why you think that person's a whole fucking prostitute. I have a whole fucking building full of fuckers that it's the only way they can make their money. And I assure you that their boyfriends are fucking having to stand still while they do this shit. Because somebody has to bring money in. This is not what they wanted to do, but they have to do something. So don't fully go around calling people fucking sex workers when you don't understand the respect of what they have to do. And the fucking, you know what I mean? What that really means to them. The shame and guilt and regret and pride and how they have to turn themselves off to, you know what I mean, to feed themselves. This is terrible shit. So, like, don't go judging people. Don't break in my heart, is what I heard. It takes a lot of emotional maturity to walk around with compassion and understanding for those around us. To not belittle them, but to lift them up. The whole world is breaking them down, and those are what you consider as our problem. Those are the people that are desperate, that are so-called criminals. It's a state of mind. You can get them out of a, you know what I mean, a desperate state of mind where they don't do desperate acts. Speaking of which, I saw something pop up on Facebook. It's all over, not just Facebook, it's everywhere. Out of nowhere, Safeway said that they were closing down 10 stores here in Colorado. I don't know for sure, but I'd have to guess, as big as Walmart is, I'd have to guess that motherfucker, each one of those, house at least 300, 400 employees. And I believe those are, I know King Super's union, but I don't know, dude, that's a bunch of people that were working till retirement, that, you know what I mean, that just found out they're about to be fucked before the holidays. How are they going to be okay? Only with faith. Only if they believe good things will come, then will good things come. If they sit there, start manifesting that, you know, this is going to be the worst Christmas of their life, it is. And for someone that overcame the worst Christmas of my life last year, I wouldn't wish it on anyone. But I do know that we need to stop this. And that was the way. To give it up was the only way to stop this madness of what this holiday brings, which is nothing more than pressure. This is not a way to celebrate Christ. We're not showing compassion, love, giving, forgiveness, joy, any of that by just wasting money on ungrateful people, bro, as an entitlement to every year. Because I know all of you and you're entitled to my money every year at this time. No, no, no. There's nothing Christ-like about it. And Christmas is Christmas. You're missing Christ in all of this. For those of you that want to make a change, dude, this is going to be difficult, and your family, it's going to hurt your pride real hard. You will cry. But if you're ready to change tradition for us to have a better fucking, you know what I mean, to have start having some better Christ masses, we got to quit this. You got to calm this down, bro. You've got to either stop the bus or at least completely slow the motherfucker. And you need to set out a formal announcement. This year, I will only be able to share my love with my family, my closest family. I do apologize for not being able to extend further than my arms can reach. And that's it. And you turn to your family and you tell them the same. I love you more than my pocket has this year. But this year, we're going to limit it to one. One and done. Just one. If there's one thing I could give you this year to show my love, what is it? It's not by how many. And remember, my pocket isn't that big. My heart's bigger than my pocket. You should never have to show your love by your pocket. Let's try. It's just, if you can't do it, it's too much. Your family would go crazy. You'll look disrespectful. You'll look cheap. You'll look like a fraud. They know you can do it, and you need to get them. If you don't want to fight that battle this year, at least start manifesting it for next year. But it needs to stop. It needs to stop. You need to stop over-giving. And what they say is a giving spirit. That's not the spirit of Christ at all. He never said such things. And he was born on a day like today, not in fucking December. You can look and really scroll back. It was September. And I thought it was September 11th until I realized the 9-9 portal and he was known as the 9. Whatever. Do your own research. But it all comes down to the emotional circumstances here. Be calm in any given situation and listen to everybody's viewpoint. Be considerate and empathetic towards others, meaning understand where they're coming from. You don't have to be on their level. You just gotta be that. They want to be heard. When people, they want to be heard. They want to be valued. They want their opinion to count. You don't have to be like, your opinion doesn't matter. Like I be with some people, I don't care what your brain is put together on this subject. Please keep it to yourself until the end of class. But in the essence, share with me your feelings on this. Because you must understand when you're making decisions, people feel. And without you asking, they'll either give it to you unsolicited or they'll hold it back, but they do have feelings. Every one of your reactions, when you say, I'm going to the store, to your kids and to your wife, there is a reaction. Consideration would be like, okay, let me consider the fact that I'm going somewhere. Will anybody possibly want to go with me? Or does anybody need something from the place that I'm going? How about on the way there or back? Taking into consideration other people's needs than just your own. Secondly, it's like, does somebody else want to go to the store? In the sense of, I need to get out. Does anybody else feel like they need to get out? If you don't take them out, they probably won't leave. Think about the homebodies. The kids only get out when you take them out. You don't let them out too far, right? You don't let them out of your view. When's the last time you took them to the park or took them somewhere? They don't have cars. They have ideas. They see stuff on TV, but they're limited to their bedrooms and the home that you've created for them. They need some external stimulation just as much as you do. And that's that bonding experience where you take them and you learn about the little world and you teach them about the little world, and you guys live in a little world. I didn't have a father, and my mother was unbearable. I can't say that I was taught any of this. I'm learning this, and I'm learning to become something I never had. That's what we're doing here. We're being better versions of what we were given. Be considerate towards others, empathetic, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. The King of Cups could represent a man in your life. He is sensitive and kind, diplomatic, helpful, and generous. A kind person that you would want near you in a crisis. As a boss, he will care for his employees and have all of them working harmoniously towards a common goal. As a priest, he will show genuine compassion and support. As a doctor, he will listen to his patients and actually care about healing them. However, he could equally be a musician, a poet, a mediator, a diplomat, a counselor, a psychologist, a spiritual teacher, or just a family friend, father, or grandfather. As a partner, he is loving, loyal, romantic, protective, a strong family man who likes to spend time with his loved ones and family. They always say this could be a water sign, because by definition, you're filled with all of the feelings that it takes to be this man. But if you don't harness your feelings, it doesn't matter if you're made of water, if you're just blowing out fire all the time. I've learned that most everybody is not traditional, they don't stand up to the sign that they say they are. The sign, the stars in which they were born under. So like a Libra is supposed to be, by definition, this way. But then I meet you and you're not. Not that it's not in you, but that you reject the very thing that you're made of. Truly? Yeah. To see a Sagittarius bound is the saddest thing you could probably ever see as a Sagittarius. To see another Sagittarius bound that couldn't take adventures, that couldn't speak freely, that wasn't optimistic and outgoing, it's the reverse of what we are. To see that is just to see all your power stripped away from you. The very core of your essence of what you were created in this lifetime. To be this sign. You don't wave your sign. Now, I know, as I said that, I see Wolfman over there with this huge Aries flag. Sit your sign down, bro. That's not necessarily the proudest sign in the fucking zodiac. It's the first. The first of many lessons to learn. And that's where it is by the time you get to Virgo, you're kind of a bit of a perfectionist. You think you fucking know it all. Then you get to Capricorn and you're like you know what I mean? The whole authoritative fucking hierarchy of structure. What the fuck was that? Middle of the night. I hear fucking sirens too. What the fuck is that? I hope it's not something that somebody's trying to inform me about. But anyways, all of the tarot cards are not limited to a person. It's your energy. So right now, what we're seeing is the truth is, and that's what this is, the truth is, you should be, in order in full balance tomorrow, your energy and your feminine should be that of a Queen of Pentacles, and your masculine should be that of a King of Cups, which are an awesome mix, right? Because they're earthly and, they're logic and feelings. The coins are about, the earth signs, where you're very grounded, and the cups are all about your feelings. So you're a mastery in your freaking feelings, and you're using that to nurture your reality, is what this says. And that's where this whole evolution is where you start working with more parts of what you are, which is something outside of the mind. You're more than your thoughts, and your feelings make all the difference in the world. But right now they're a bit distorted because they're all wound up in your thoughts. When they can flow freely, then you're interconnected with everything else. But right now, as you said, you're spiritually constipated. You're holding in all your feelings and all of your thoughts. You're going to blow. I'm going to leave on that note. I know it's bedtime for my kids and all that good stuff. This is tomorrow's projection. I'll get back to you with this. I'm sure it'll verify itself. I'm sure you'll watch this play out. Or hopefully it just gives you guidance on how to handle your shit tomorrow. Or how to get through what you didn't get through today. Because again, I tried to teach you, if you don't get through it, you just stay in it until you can find your way out of it. How do you find your way? Psychologically and emotionally, like I'm showing you. I am your guide. Hey, I love you guys. Later, taters.